The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
C'est long.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? Hey, Captain.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my workers.
Customs and inspection, right this way! Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin you. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board, that is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with them. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the rights to this here colony. Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, The original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland.
Seriously, there was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right.
Move along.
Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that?
This is Halcyon News.
Gonna head to
We
Vera's
interrupt
for
a
whiskey and
regularly
darts.
scheduled
Maybe not in that
advertisement
order.
For the following story. The board would like to remind spacers passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar. Free nuts in it. It's time for a daylight.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastard.
I'm just gonna hang in the back. Trying to...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my fate? What? Indeed. And you know... Oh, and there we are. I've removed the lock on your ship in a show of my gratitude. An apprehension of this caliber will be tremendous for my career. I'll send you straight away to my superiors in Byzantium, only... Oh, la. Oh. Just a teensy one, the teensiest. Nothing to, like... The thing is, I needed money. That's really neither here nor there, don't... I've been working on something on the side, all right? Something not entirely... It's a little silly, I'll admit. Silly and complete. I produce bootleg cereals. I can't help myself. Jurisprudence after hours, or all my... And they're all mine.
That was you? Oh my stars. All my colonists is just... Well, it gave me a...
You're a fan? I've never met one in the flesh. I suddenly feel quite...
Oh, it's all right, Mr. Udom.
The heart wants what it wants, as they say, and mine yearns for the adoration of the masses. I wish I could say others felt the same. I've made nothing on them. Not a bit. I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fence here on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize... It's only temporary, of course. I'd never leave something so important in the hands of someone of such dubious moral character. So you'll need to get my seal back from her if you want to... That's the long and short of it, yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm certain Gladys can be made... well, can probably be made to see reason. I'll be waiting eagerly for your return. Now, is there any way in which I might assist you?
Is it Mr. Wells, the fellow who woke you? How bad could he be?
I know she's in. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
Can't say I've seen you before. If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose, or... Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment, not without my mechanicals. Where the law is Irian any... Did he now? The mouth on that man, I swear... He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's right. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
And an old Yakita 3.7? You think they'd let me...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone... We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You see...
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name.
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with...
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well...
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated... Only the board has access to new parts. None. Every time I give in to the board isn't helping, and my... Reasonable, huh? That's the... According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. docking bays?
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators. Oh, and a lot of slogans to keep track of. Heard of it? My orientation aether wave showed that famous
Yeah.
That's a spacious choice, Spear. Take what you have, polish it up, and make... So, what can I get you? Some soap? Have a look.
Flying the outer system's route lately?
You see we had a conveyor?
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little... I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew. So, I gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Oh. Sure, I can be myself. I can be myself. You're looking for crew. I'm looking for a way off this port. So we've got... And yeah, I know I came on a little strong, but honestly, when was the last time anybody was so eager to throw in with you? Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for every... It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust? I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the... He's a spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of both. Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. What? You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise. Wow. Thanks, boss.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are...
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on some... So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages, she sent me a poem. One I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic. Oh, law. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and... I don't know where it's leading yet, or I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastway's not like other folks seem to be. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they didn't... When folks start implying you're a little different from an auto mechanic, I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei, I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. Let's see here. Talking about old friends. They were close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that... Come on, Captain. This is no time to be fooling on me. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I...
Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you're out.
Heard from the last down.
Do we get a table?
Story. Takes to defend.
If you're short on bits, you can work off your tab.
Okay, so... Oh, and... Well, that's fruit and such. Bottoms up. Wow, this is... really... Oh, Captain. I know you mean well, so I'll try not to take that comment. I don't know what to do about... Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. You know, that's a given, Captain. I can't not... It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how this Isabel lady never quite... Then it all went down the Thinking so makes me liable to lose my lunch, Captain. I never done this before. I need another drink. Right now. Something stronger. All right. Here we go. Oh, Captain. You're swell, Captain. Don't get me wrong. I like spend... Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she... There's nothing easy about spilling... You know I'm not interested in physical affection. That's... Well, it's tripped folks. What, just move on? Like, snapping your fingers? But I don't want to be with them. I want to be with Junlei. Well, Captain, this has been... This is... Do you think I should ask her on it? Okay? Thanks for... Come on. Let's...
Good, you're back. Not that I missed you. I assure you, I am not capable of such emotional capacity.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did... Though, that whiskey did give my head aching something fierce. I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I reread my message in the morning and it was unclear. I was drinking... Oh, Ernest. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should. I want to be honest with her. Hey now, you got... I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But...
Hey.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a trip. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're out now. I only have the one nav key, and they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you... Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
This is Halcyon.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
You kidding? The chief wouldn't let a couple hundred board troops in here.
I just figured you're so...
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. I'll lock up behind you. Welcome back. Do wipe the... Welcome back, Captain. How can I... Yes, Captain.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Von Cort. May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
No guards, huh? I like this place already. Something chewed clear through that armor.
Please, clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not... Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I, may have panicked. Everything...
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cow.
I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive.
An attack. One that I'd wager was due to the nature of my research here. I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the... My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know...
Captain's got your best interests at heart, mister. Honest.
I suppose it can't hurt if I don't get that research back. We were tasked with formulating a... One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? Very well. We'd formulated the world's Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects the rap. If those cretins get their hands on my research... Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. The research is in the... The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. That would surely lighten the weight on... Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name as...
This Crane guy cares more about his research than his own people.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish.
Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to the raptidons? Oh! No, they got the carpet in here. It's just... Another outlaw? Oh, quite right. What would you... I am Orson Shaw. I was brought in to study the raptidons. They are in... No amount of studying will enable us to control them, or even slightly sate their aggression. Not quite. We are now acutely aware of their... No, they got the carpet in here. What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense...
Certainly not. But Porter and his goons are busy with the outlaws, and Anton's busy holding his head in his hands. Seems as good a time as any to get a bit of work done.
Why, yes. I suppose I could. No, well...
I left schematics in our storage facility. As far... I found an advanced pistol when we moved here, but it's broken.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube... Blast. Well...
the... You care to explain what you're doing here? Did you... That I am. Name's Porter. If Doc Crane did send you, I'd be glad for... Bad news is, we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. Good news... For now, I reckon they got no backup. On the other hand, we don't neither. And our mechanicals all went haywire for some damn reason. Damn mechanicals have always been more trouble than they're worth. Who, me? Or you mean the lab? I'm in charge of site safety engineering. Most days there ain't nothing to hear but wind, bugs, and the build... Soap or something? I don't know. Years back they made antibiotics. You could maybe ask Doc Crane what he... If it was illegal, the company wouldn't...
Easy to avoid breaking the law when you decide what's legal.
The garage and the front door are it. These bastards got in through the vent system, but we locked that down. They're not getting back out that way without a security keycard. They'd need to take mine. Or make a new one in my office, I guess. Why you want to know... What for? Fair point. Here's a keycard to my office. Head left from here and downstairs. It's across from the cafeteria. I got a machine that makes pass cards for us. Just don't knock over any paperwork in there. I got a system.
Halt. Performing.
We all in one piece?
Beginning.
Heads up! Jackasses incoming!
Hey! Oh, good. You're not shooting at me. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I imagine he does. But we all have problems. It is the human condition. You want to kill me. I don't want to die. Therefore, it is in my best interest to negotiate with you. You're asking a great deal from me. This The first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Cleo security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot them, I suppose you... The other way out is through the loading bay. But you'd have to clear out the wraps for me. Think it over. I'm not going anywhere. Which is, I suppose, rather the point.
That's the last of him! Deserves better.
You done a job of work. After we heard it all. Lost some of my own in the fight. And a sign on my door says it. Get down to Roseway and talk to Doc Crane.
Here they come! I don't even know how you can get a kitchen this dirty with just canned food.
Looks like we're doing this!
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required? Every time the captain leaves the ship,
You've returned. Please tell me you've recovered my research. Without my work to focus on... My research? That's... Did you find my colleague? Well, please keep... I suppose you've earned it. I grew up in a Spacer's Choice Township. I'd no desire to spend my life finding better ways to churn out. Toothpaste is about making people's lives better, preventing fear, jealousy.